Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Barely visible to the naked eye, these are the smallest sculptures on Earth, made by artist Willard Wiggin, who can see a whole world in the eye of a needle.
I can sculpt the size of a human blood cell, so that's pretty small.
This sculpture of a human embryo is so small, it fits inside a human hair, winning the Guinness World Record. And his work attracting fans the world over, including Queen Elizabeth, who hosted Willard at Buckingham Palace, where he gave her this replica of her crown.
And she said she'd never had anything so small that'll mean so much to her.
His tools are so tiny, he paints with an acupuncture needle, with an eyelash glued to the end. You use your own eyelash?
Yeah.
The work so delicate, he has to slow his breathing, working in between the heartbeats.
As soon as my heart stops, that's when I move.
Do you enjoy the process of making one of these?
No. Because when you're working through that microscope, things keep going wrong.
A few years ago, Willard was finishing a sculpture of Alice in Wonderland.
And my mobile phone went off. And I went, who's that? And I inhaled Alice.
You inhaled the
Yeah,
sculpture?
inhaled it, yeah. I nearly cried, actually. But then again, I thought, well, if it goes wrong, do it again.
If this is so frustrating to do, why do you keep doing it?
I do it because I can. And I do it because the joy that it gives people.
Brilliant.
The joy comes here when Willard gets to see the look on people's faces as they see what's in the microscope.
You would spend ages looking at it because it's so incredible and it's just so amazing.
Willard's journey to microscopic greatness started as a child who felt he didn't belong. It wasn't until decades later that doctors diagnosed him with autism.
See, at school, the teachers would make you feel small, because one of the teachers used to take me around the school and tell all the kids that I was the consequence of failure, so I stopped speaking. My hands became my voice.
With those hands, Willard started using a razor to carve figures out of tiny bits of wood. At 15, he got his first microscope, encouraged by his mother, who saw what the rest of the world couldn't see.
My mum said to me that if you make them smaller, your name's going to get bigger.
Today, Willard is on a mission to show what people with autism can do.
Kids with autism got diamonds in the trash bin because the best comes from where you least expect.
What would be your message to kids growing up with autism feeling different?
Never allow anybody to tell you cannot become what you are going to become.
In other words, dream big and never let anyone make you feel small. Josh Letterman, NBC News.